welcome back to another episode of the Anastasia podcast. I have my one and only favorite guest.
Still the only guest.
It's coming. At this rate, I'm being able to record like one podcast a month, and it kind of is what it is. I'm trying to find my flow. Life with a baby, an infant, your first kid. It's pretty hard, so I'm just doing my best. But
Your goal in the future is how many?
I'd like to do one a week. I don't want to do a bi-weekly one, just so I can have some sense of normalcy for myself. But I think this week it's going to be a hack. Like I think every single Monday when I
Date day.
record,
Date day.
date day, I guess, but it depends on your schedule because yours always changes. But I am going to try to like put on real clothes, which I can't during the week because, yeah, you can dress up if you want, like, because you're getting dressed every morning anyways. But we hike our dog every single day. So,
We already did.
yeah, I already have to change for that. Plus, Magnolia throws up on literally every single thing I wear, or I spill something on myself. So it's not worth like dressing in clothes like this and then having to change right back into athleisure.
But you feel good.
I do. I feel like my old self. I'm working on getting my summer clothes out of my storage bins.
It's a work in progress.
I know our room's been really, really bad for a week.
There's no complaints on my end.
Okay, you have t-shirts. You have like you wear a uniform and then you have t-shirts. My life's a little different. So anyways, since our last podcast, we've had a lot happen. Volkie had 2 more surgeries and we promised everybody updates. I did on Instagram and then just didn't even go there.
It's a little bit of a sore spot.
It's sick, to be honest with you. So I want to talk about that and then we'll do kind of our normal podcast flow. But the topic of today's podcast that I want to cover is just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I mean that in regards to very many different categories in life, but particularly I want to do like the Anastasia podcast takes on Costa Cabin. And I want to talk about why we paused our business and kind of how our business evolved and then kind of what the future for Costa Cabin is.
That's exciting and scary.
Yes. Well, Matt always gets super upset because he
goes like crushing my dreams.
Where's my dreams? No, I want to like stay in alignment with our original goal, which we've done so much exploration, but like you work beyond a full-time job and I'm drowning in motherhood. So like we don't have time.
And I'm looking
to
to escape fatherhood to go do some renos.
Yeah, no way. Because you're gonna come home and your wife's gonna get lost into the abyss of her own mind alone with a baby.
You
Anyways,
already are there.
I know, we'll get there. So first I want to start off by telling everybody about Volkie's surgeries.
He had one. He was good. He made it 3 weeks.
He recovered.
Basically recovered. We finally started taking him back on hikes again. And at some point, somehow, he ate a stick or a piece of mulch or something they said wasn't even that big, but it got stuck on his sutures from his first surgery, flipped in his intestines, and completely caused a whole second block.
Yes. So the surgeon had said that he's like, your dog has a lot of mulch and grass in his stomach. And we don't know if he was playing fetch and maybe like, because we were watching him like a hawk, but he said, had it been 2 weeks later, the suture inside of him from the previous surgery would have dissolved. And the stick was so small that it would have passed on its own. How the stick got stuck like in his stitch, it lifted up and his intestines like
collapsed on themselves trying to push it through.
Yeah, it was like, so he lost an entire foot of his intestines because it was untangled. Like they couldn't untangle it, untangleable.
It was already like dead or whatever.
Oh, okay. And then his first night, they use the word hemorrhaging. They're like,
well, no, they told us he's doing good, he's okay, and then that was in like a voicemail at like 8 or 9 at night.
He's losing quite a bit of fluid, but they were monitoring him.
Yeah.
And then he was basically hemorrhaging. And then over the course of the following day, they just weren't liking how it was looking, so they decided to go in again.
Yeah.
And
he was leaking, but also filling up with fluid on the inside.
Yeah, so he basically had 2 emergency surgeries, and they kept him for like 3 or 4 days.
That was a while.
And like for me, the recovery of the first one was so hard that I didn't even rejoice. Yeah, I didn't even rejoice when he came home because I knew it was such a long journey. Like there's so many pills and it's for 2 weeks and it's morning and night and then a midday like dose, and it was just crazy. I got ready because we were wrapping his pills in butter and then deli meat and then feeding him that with rotisserie chicken.
Because he doesn't just take pills like a regular dog. And you can't stick your fingers in his mouth.
Yeah, he's a very smart boy, and the first night that he came home, he, like, ran to his food, inhaled his
Amped,
food.
amped to
Yeah, because
eat
he's
his food.
so happy to be home, and then when he was eating his dinner and we were doing his first round of meds, the trazodone, the, like, what is that, a sedative?
Yeah,
The thing that's supposed to keep him loopy so he doesn't, like,
go too
get
crazy.
his work brain and wanna exercise, he bit into it in a deli roll, spit it out, smelled it, looked up at me and Matt, and was like
How dare you?
he literally was like, "Judas," and then runs away and proceeds to not eat for 4 freaking days.
Anything.
He went through his entire major surgery recovery raw.
No
No meds,
meds, no food, no nothing.
no antibiotics. We brought him to the vet 2 days later to get an opioid shot because he was, like, walking so slow because he was in so much pain. He is so stubborn.
Yep.
But
Then they gave him that shot, and he was so out of it that he didn't wanna eat because he felt so dizzy.
yeah, he was
He was
so
walking around with his tongue just hanging out of his mouth.
out of his muzzle. And yeah, and the first few days after surgery are the worst too because he's just leaking sludge out of his bum. They literally shaved his whole butt for us.
It was nasty, but I appreciated that versus the last time.
It was so bad. And then I was like thinking about it a week after how like I mentally knew to be ready for that. And I was just so like I'm with the baby all the time. Noli's always touching him. He's always trying to lick his butt. So I'm constantly washing his snooter with wipes and everything like that. I don't want Noli touching him and then her touching her mouth. And I'm like, okay, when a person has like major surgery, despite how disgusting it is, you like go visit them in the hospital.
Treat them well.
Are you okay? You sit with them, you hold their hand. I'm like,
I'm sorry, you
I
smell
was
like
like,
poop.
"Are you okay, Volkie? Good boy."
You loved him from a distance.
Dude, he's a savage animal. But he's doing so much better now. His, whole wound, he got his stitches out, he's doing a lot better,
Me.
and he just wears a muzzle 24/7 now.
Not 24/7, but when he's
Well,
outside,
yeah, if he's outside, he's wearing a muzzle, so that's what I mean.
unless we're playing fetch.
Yeah, which he ate a rock already, a teeny one, so
He looked right at me and did it when I told him no, and he did it anyway.
he was under dad's watch, so
Yeah.
I'm like,
But all the other ones happened under mom's watch.
what did I say? We were in bed the other day, and I was like, I'm really glad that we don't know who who was taking care of the dog when he originally had his first surgery or even, like, the second one, because we were watching him like, we don't know when it happened. And Matt was like make you, like, hug me, and you're like, "Yeah, we don't know, but we know."
You know,
And I was like,
because there's only one of us,
"So
but just lets the dog do whatever he wants
I
out on a hike.
am usually wearing the baby, and I'm, like, looking around her where to step." But now I feel a lot better because he has the muzzle, so I don't worry about him, like, getting into things he's not supposed to.
Except for running into other dogs, but whatever.
So that is that. He's a lot better. We are coming out of another 3-week regression with Magnolia.
It's been so awesome.
Matt took 2 weeks off for my birthday, and
Slash vacation.
I think, like, the first week and a half, we didn't sleep.
At least week and a half. And we had all these grand plans. We were gonna go on like this camping trip and do all kinds of fun stuff. And instead we literally just didn't sleep and got angry every day.
I mean, who got angry?
I
Not
did.
me, definitely.
You definitely did, but I won't say that online for everybody to see.
No, that's okay. We're supposed to talk about the real and the raw.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's bad because you get
I love
so
her, but like,
Noli.
yeah, but then like that actual handling the baby part is a lot.
It's hard too because, like, you're not supposed to love conditionally, and I don't think we love her based on conditions. Like, we love her all the time, but
I
you
love her
want
more when she's more chill.
yeah, same, but, like, no, because I love her all the time, like, the love is the same, but it's your headspace, like, you're only human too.
I love her as much as you possibly could, always. I like her more when she's chill,
Yes, and
but I always love her the most
yeah.
that you ever could.
She's just figuring it out. She had a lot of big moves in a short span. Where is she now?
She became a human taco. She just rolls around everywhere.
That, but where is she living now? Where does she reside?
Grandma's house?
No, she's in her
Oh,
own
in her
big
bed?
girl
Huh? I
room.
might even know where she right now.
No, yeah, she's at grandma's and she loves grandma so much, and we love grandma so
I know.
much.
But yes, she's in her own big girl room with her own blackout curtains and sound machine and the whole nine.
And her own toys and her own routines, and that's a big adjustment, and she learned how to roll over and then roll over, like, rolling from, like, the living room into the kitchen in 12 hours or something like that, and we didn't know that when a baby learns a new skill, like, I knew that they are gonna have a sleep regression. I didn't know it's because their brain can't stop thinking about that new thing that they just wanna keep doing, so that's why she was doing it in her crib. I put, like, foam rollers on both sides of her mattress, so,
Kept
like,
her
her
trapped.
yeah, her mattress was, like, a little concave, so oh my it was the worst. It was the worst, and it didn't last, like, a day or 2 days or even 7 days. It was there was no end.
Or you would hear her making noise and you'd look at the camera and then she's just playing with her binky at 3 o'clock in the morning or just rubbing the side of the crib over and over
I'm
again
literally having
for no
PTSD
reason.
thinking about this. Yeah, because and you're just you go
What
from
are you doing? Go to bed.
yeah, and you're like, "No, this is gonna be a one-off thing," and then you're so delusional and delirious that you think, like, it's not that bad, and then you blink and you haven't slept through the night in 2 weeks.
And you're like hitting your husband and stuff.
I was
Somebody
just
send help.
I'm not hitting my husband, but I was like,
But you've thought about it.
no, what I really thought about was running away.
Yeah.
I was like, literally one day it was so hard to get Magnolia down, and I was like, this is why people do this. Like you just crack and you think about like, I'm gonna close the door and I'm gonna go get my keys. I'm just gonna leave and I'm never coming back. And I'm like, Matt can be a single dad. He'll figure it out. Like
No, I can't.
you're literally crazy because you're sleep deprived.
Mhm.
And then you catch like a 45-minute nap and you wake up and you're like, oh,
I could take on the world.
yeah, you're like, I don't hate everything. And I don't have depression. I was just sleep deprived. And then your baby finally kind of starts sleeping through the night. Magnolia slept for 8 hours one night on her belly. Now she's a belly sleeper too. That was life changing for us.
Mhm.
Life changing. We were living such a good life before having a baby. It makes me sick that we didn't even know how good we
We
had it.
didn't take it in, yeah. We didn't appreciate it.
All our friends who are still childless, go, run, live out your dreams.
I don't know if I'd take it that far.
I would. Life is gonna change a lot when you have a kid, and this weekend, I met up with someone from Marketplace. I got a baby item, and we were talking about baby stuff, and pre us having kids, like, we literally treated people who talked about anything child-related that wasn't positive like the enemy, like the Antichrist. We were like, "No, we don't receive that." Like
Kids are gonna be awesome.
yes, and they are, but there is just this, like, real reality of, like, "Dude, this
They
sucks."
don't go away. Like,
Yeah.
once they're there, they're here to stay.
And I mean, like, in our relationship, right, like, we had this conversation back in December when, like, your paternity leave just started and Magnolia was just born. I was like, "You're gonna have to run for the both of us because, like, my life is being" yes, your life is definitely affected too, but both of us don't have to be up with her every single night.
Yeah, but
Both of
then
us
the dad guilt kicks in, and I feel like I should be to be a good man.
yes, but honey, I mean in terms of, like, projects and home,
Yeah.
like, things like that, like,
I've been running.
you've been, like, running a marathon, okay? You're doing it, and you're doing it so well, and you're, like, moving things along, and I think if both of us were stuck in this place of, I don't wanna say purgatory, but almost like nothing is getting done day in and day out, and, like, home chores are piling up, and it takes a week and a half to freaking catch up on laundry, like, we would both feel psychotic.
I still feel a little psychotic, but
Dude, who definitely feels that way?
maybe you, I don't know. I wouldn't say that you are psychotic because I
We
would have
got
been killed.
we got in a disagreement, this
That's a
past
nice way to
weekend.
put it.
Yeah, well, I think even just the way we communicate is better too, because 'cause we're not, like, totally freaking out, you know?
We just to be clear, both of us never actually totally freaked out. It was always only you. I
Hey,
stay calm, cool, collected. I let you do your thing.
listen,
But you're
it's my blood
noticing
type. No, it's my DNA, okay? I'm half
okay,
Russian, I'm half Ukrainian. I think Slavic people and European people, the Italians, like, we just have a lot of passion.
the passion comes out.
Yes, and then it was wicked funny because, okay, postpartum, like, you don't know your, like, monthly rhythm yet,
I knew it.
and, like
About 1 week before I called it and you were like, "Shut up."
yeah, one week we're, like, talking, and he's like, "You know what?" Like, I was, like, thinking about it, and I was like, "Maybe she's right. Like, maybe I am just, like, not being, like, as kind or whatever," and he was like I was, like, starting to think about, like, maybe I should apologize, and then it dawned on me. she's freaking
It
PMSing.
was about 1 month from the last time she was acting like a
And every woman
animal.
knows that it just like, you just see red. You're like,
How dare he know me better than me?
it starts with a how dare he? And then you're like, yeah, that checks out. Then the passion subsides. And then you're like back to like, I love my family so much. I'm seriously so happy. I can't stop crying. And then your baby starts
I'm
sleeping
in
through the night
purgatory.
again. You're in purgatory, whatever. You signed up for this.
Yeah, I did.
So,
And
anyways,
you gave me another girl. Ooh,
yeah. Meanwhile, what were we just talking about the other day? I was like, if we have another girl, I don't think we should have a third kid because, like,
that's a lot of estrogen in one house.
yeah,
Maybe like 4 more boy dogs.
no, I don't even want any more dogs. I'm like at the point where like I love Volkie.
You looking for him? He's not here.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking about how like this week I was like looking at his face and I saw the dog that I loved so much, and I haven't seen that in so long because I was so freaking annoyed at this dog for barking and waking the baby up for like 2 weeks in a row. We
He's just living life.
we had an entire week span where from Sunday to Saturday, Magnolia didn't even sleep 1 full hour during the day. So she'd sleep like 20 minutes for her first nap, 20 minutes for her second nap. Never mind me being a shell of a person during this. What do you think a baby who can't self regulate is like? It was not a good time. And then, like, Volky's like barking at the Amazon drivers or like any of his friends taking walks in the neighborhood. And Noli has sound machines in her room. Like, nothing helped. And it was hell. It was so bad.
But you made it out the other side.
Yes. And now I love Volky and I
And your
love
baby.
Magnolia and my husband. And we'll see how we're doing in a month.
Check back. If it's exactly 1 month, we're probably doing pretty good. If it's about 1 week less than a month, we might be a little rough.
One thing I also wanted to add is something over the past few weeks that brought me a lot of peace was ever since we had Magnolia, I feel like there's been this like recurring thought in my brain that I can't let go of like, all right, when are we going to have the next kid? And it's not like a rush to do it, but it's almost like, okay, we've started our era of growing our family. So do we do 2 under 2? Do we wait until Magnolia is a year old and then try to get pregnant? And when things are good, it's easy to think about that. And when things are so hard and you're working a ton and I'm just drowning at home, like, and Noli's not going down until 10:30, 11, midnight, night after night after night, and then waking up at 5 AM. I'm like, no freaking
She's
way.
up at 11 o'clock at night the other night watching the Righteous Gemstones with us.
Yeah, we surrendered, and at 9:30, I just brought her outside with us because I went to her room like 5 or 7 times from
From downstairs under the gazebo, up through the basement stairs, up the next floor, up into the bedroom.
that literally was the day I had 25,000 steps, okay? My, like, feet, like, wouldn't bend. Like, right here, when I would go to her room in the middle of the night, like, my foot, like, couldn't work because I was so hurt. But I was like, "Whatever, I'll bring her outside with us, she'll mellow out, and then she'll fall asleep." No, it was 11:40, and you were falling asleep, and I was like, "That's it, we're going inside." And Magnolia was just like, "No, I already
Staring at
slept."
the fire, watching the TV.
Craziness. But one of my girlfriends sent me a thing, and I really think when Magnolia turns 3, like, because for us, because we waited to have kids, I feel like age was a huge factor, and I'm like, I don't want to be 40 and pregnant. I don't even care anymore. I'm just going to keep taking care of my body. For me, it's like my sanity. You didn't want our kids to spread apart because you and your brother are 3.5 years, and you've always said that you think if kids were closer in age, it's just a little easier
Mm,
for the kids. I don't know, my sister and I are 2 years apart, right? Just under.
something like that.
I think I've just heard so many stories from people sharing, like, age ranges in families and whether or not that dictates how close the kids are, and I just think I'm gonna give myself a mental break, and it could happen sooner, at 2, I could really feel like we're ready, but for right now, what's giving me a lot of peace.
Anything can change. You could end up with like 3 kids in a minivan within a couple of years.
I'll drive your truck and you can have the mini.
I'm not driving a minivan. I'll take that to the grave.
No minivans. But yeah, that was just like that gave me a lot of peace. And I don't know why, like there is no pressure from you or anyone else. It's like my own self-inflicted thing. But I think that's a very real thing. It's like, okay, well, when's the next one? And I think sometimes people do ask, like, because we have friends around us who are doing like 2 under 2 and their kids rapid fire.
You guys trying yet?
And I think another thing is too, when a lot of people, my generation, our generation specifically, when you finally do start having kids, you view having children as like the next task to get done. So it is like bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam, we're done. And I don't wanna hate my life for the next 5 years because there's so much hard in this season for me already, and reaching for the good and finding the positive is so much mental work that I don't know if I can do that back to back to back on top of, like, your body changes, your hormonal changes, losing your hair, not being able to do Botox again for forever, like,
Your body hasn't changed.
it has and it hasn't. Like, we've been working out for 3 weeks. We are, like, focusing on slow and steady wins the race and, like, focusing on strengthening ourselves and taking care of ourselves every single day instead of looking for quick fixes, and that's been really beautiful, but I don't want like, I would just like to feel in control of my life after feeling not in control for so long.
Good luck.
Then the other quick thing was it rained for, like, literally 100 days and 100 nights.
I built an ark.
Yeah.
Just kidding. No, I didn't.
No, but you've been
But I
crushing it
could if I
outside.
needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I built a hot tub, or not a hot tub, a cold tub, a
Yeah.
pool for the baby.
Do you wanna share a few of the little projects you've been working on in the backyard?
I dug a big hole and stuck a hot tub in it, but then changed the temperature down to, well, right now it's at 100 for the baby, but once the summer comes, we can drop it into like the low 80s,
Mm.
high 70s, just a place to cool off,
It's just a little too cold right now to have it in the 80s because it's, like, 65 during the day,
and like 50 at night.
but I will say it's been so cool getting in the, like, not hot tub for Noli because we always do bath time with her, but you get to basically do water fun with
Interact.
her.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and she's
She's
just
kicking off the walls, she's splashing, like she's having a blast.
it's so fun. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, and it looks beautiful, and it's, like, continuing on, like, our outdoor living scape.
Mhm. It's a very slow process, but when we get an excavator, things can move a little quicker.
Yeah, so that was the thing, Matt taking this time off, the plan was to rent an excavator and, like, really just hit the ground, running, doing some, like, serious yard work
Mhm.
before the start of the season, and then Volkie had 3 surgeries,
It's
so
like 25, 30 grand worth of surgeries.
I feel like it was, like, 20-ish.
With the medicine afterwards,
The one who pays
the
the one
gas
who
money
pays
back
the
and
bills.
forth, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the guy swiping the card for it, so
You know, that was, like, I feel like one of the most adult things that we've done. We're like, "This is not the time for this." Like, we had to put our needs on hold, and
yeah.
that's is this the beginning of the end?
Felt like a boss. The lady was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be 10 grand." I'm like, "Psh, no big deal. Here you go, take it."
Yeah, and then we just cry about it at home. Again, thank God for pet insurance. I think for me, there was, like, this fear of, like, "Is our pet insurance gonna drop us?" Because
Mm.
he just had surgery 3 weeks ago.
They haven't yet. Shout out to Trupanion.
Shout out to Trupanion. We 10 out of 10 recommend. It was a series of unfortunate events, 3 surgeries in 1 month, and they just were there.
They ate it.
They
And they were, like, super responsive, super fast with getting back to us.
yeah.
We had a pre-approval for his second surgery within 2.5 minutes.
Granted, we've now had pet insurance for 3.5 years and, like, didn't really use it, and now we just had to
We
use it
used it
hard.
now.
Our hope is that Volkie doesn't use it for the rest of his life, but we will keep paying for that for the rest of his life.
You got that right.
The next couple things I wanna touch upon is the 2 shows we were watching and the Instagram account I was following.
A little late on that, but yeah,
I'm late on everything. Your Friends and Neighbors,
love it.
we love it. The season finale came out on Friday. We haven't watched it yet. We
Don't
almost
tell us what happens,
well, we almost by
as if you're gonna get this posted
yeah,
beforehand.
by the time I finish editing this, it's gonna be like season 2 is out next year.
Yeah.
But we love it, and we almost watched the season finale last night, but that's another thing that, like, we're learning.
We're just so tired from dealing with her all day that we're like, "Let's just go to bed."
Yeah, you didn't move an entire pallet of concrete by yourself yesterday.
Did do that.
Yeah, you were tired. He was beat. He's like, "No, no, no, I'll wait up." I blow dry my hair. I walk out of the bathroom. He's zonked. I'm like, "Okay, we're going to bed."
I wouldn't say I was zonked. I was
You were
my
out.
eyes were closed, but I wasn't zonked.
Still love that show. Really, really good. Keeps you on the edge of your seat and, like,
Stresses you out. You have to, like, watch another show to calm down afterwards because it's so intense for you.
yeah. Then the Royal Gemstones.
No, Righteous
The
Gemstone.
Righteous Gemstones. Sorry, we are on.
Dyslexic. Bilingual. Oops.
We're on the final season, and when we watched episode 1 of season 4, okay, this show, I remember when I looked it up, has a lot of years in between the seasons because it was like there was like the writers
Strike and
strike, there
everything.
was
COVID.
COVID, there was all these things. So season 4, like you can see the drastic like time gap between each season with the
Well,
actors.
especially with the kids, yeah.
Y- I notice it with the older people. I don't notice it with the kids. The older people, I'm like, ugh, oh my
Mhm.
goodness.
Time comes at
Everybody
you
looks like
fast.
5 years older, you know?
Yeah.
And then everyone's still acting like a silly character, but it's almost like when they did A Year in the Life of Gilmore Girls on Netflix, and they were having Lorelai and Rory, like, talk super fast and be like their old selves, but it was such a difference. It was just weird. It's, like, weird for the viewer to get around it. But
Mhm.
the first episode of season 4 was completely dated in the past, and it was about, like,
It's like
war.
Civil War reenactment. A little too much blood and guts for you.
I hate that stuff. I hate that. I can't watch Saving Private Ryan. I so appreciate it and I can be there, but I can't be there because I will be there for like a month.
That's a lot of be there's.
I will be there.
Be there, be square.
So then we go on to watch episode 2 to like cleanse, and that was
Cleanse
bad
the
too.
mind.
Yeah, so I don't know if season 4 sucks, but
I'm still here for it. I'll watch
so
it.
far the first 3 seasons were hilarious.
Yeah.
And then the Instagram account Sailing with Phoenix, the guy made it to Hawaii in 24 days with his
And like
cat.
quadruple billion to his followers.
He has 2 million followers. And I feel like when I started following him, he had under 100K. And I'm like, this is how late to the game I am. And you know what? It just is what it is. This is my season of life.
I'm gonna go film another podcast and not post it.
We will be on the edge of our seats when I am doing this weekly. Like we will start off our weekly podcast with a champagne toast because we will be so proud of ourselves
Pop bottle.
for getting there. Into today's episode where the
Still going?
yes, the Anastasia podcast takes on Costa Cabin. I want to share a little bit about what's up with Costa Cabin right now,
Mm.
the like shift in I guess our like business's trajectory and what the future holds.
Send it.
So, when I was pregnant, I really felt this urge to need to pause working with clients and helping with design because I felt like this was going to be the last time in our life where it was just us. And I wanted to really pull all of our time in for us. And we had a lot of projects started at our house that I wanted to finish up. And it was stuff like, oh, we're not doing a kitchen renovation in our home anymore because we're going to have a baby, you know? So I repainted our cabinets. I swapped out the hardware. We like went and got temporary islands from IKEA. We put in a new countertop, new sink. Like we just did quick little stuff that really changed our ability to use this space. Like
Mhm.
we used to have a sink that had like the divider panel. Now we just have one big open deep sink. That was a game changer. Noli took
It's
so many
perfect balance.
baths in the sink. So, and just getting white countertops, which are even like cheapo countertops. It's not like granite or a stone or anything like that, but white compared to the Formica that we had that was stock in our house from Home Depot from when they built it. Like completely life changing. And we're like enjoying our time in our home instead of like it's such
Yeah.
an eyesore.
It's weird because it's like a halfway in between. We have like one of the most expensive ovens we could possibly buy, and then one of the cheapest countertops we could possibly buy.
Yes,
But it's working.
yeah, we make it work, and that's what life is about a lot of times, and it makes me understand people with kids so much more because it's like you just do what you gotta do in the in between, and we got an incredible deal on our beautiful 36-inch Bosch, convection no, what is it? What is that?
Induction?
Induction stove. Yeah, and it was just it's so beautiful, and I just hope that we actually get to redo our kitchen before we move.
Who's moving?
I think we're gonna move one day,
One day, maybe.
sooner than later. But anyways, it was really nice. Like it was hard, you know, to say no to people and pause things, but I really think we got an opportunity to just
You feel like you're letting people down a little.
of course. And because you feel grateful that people like want your help and are trusting you and all these other things. But at the end of the day, you work more than a full-time job and I was working part-time and then we just needed time for ourselves to just get things in order at our house.
We
So
did a pretty good job.
we did an amazing job. Like 10 out of 10, blew my expectations out of the water.
Whole room's been redone.
The whole upstairs got redone, like outside, etc. We paused on projects. then, like, you even thought during your paternity leave, you were gonna go and do a couple little, like, side projects for some past clients,
Mhm.
and then we kind of learned very quickly that's not in the cards at all.
Yeah, I thought paternity was gonna be like a vacation, like, "Oh, I'm gonna get this done, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna have all this free time." I was drowning,
And that's
just
something
trying to
to talk
stay
about too,
above water.
because people who don't have kids, like there's this whole movement with women online where they're like, maternity leave is not vacation because it's like, oh, what am I going to do for all this time? Like you're fighting for your life, especially the 0 to 1 kid transition. You're fighting for your life every single day. There is no schedule. If you try to create like, if you set up expectations for yourself of what you want to do that day, you're going to suffer more because the the baby might be pre-teething, the baby might have a bug, like, it's just it's not about you, it's about you serving your baby, and we're, like, in real time dying to ourselves and our desires and expectations and, like, helping our baby thrive, because that's another whole thing, like, we don't want Magnolia just like, she's our first baby, I want her to exceed on all her milestones, not in a way of
She, like, looks at the iPad, and I'm like, "Give it to me."
I mean, I'm not like a freak about screen time, like, I'm not
She
like,
didn't know you had to
never
watch Franklin the Turtle.
yes, um, but, like, we don't put her in front of the TV. It's not like, "Oh, okay," like, the TV's not even on every day. We don't really watch TV other than the shows after she goes to bed, and that only started during maternity and paternity leave. We never
Literally.
watch shows. When Magnolia is awake, it's enrichment time. It's, like, playing things with her, helping her, like, your mom even today is, like, when she's on her tummy, like, lifting her and having her brace herself with her own hands.
Just planking.
I learned this week that you took your first steps at 9 months. So I'm like, new goal is set. I want Noli doing that by 9 months. So
Not
like,
everybody can do that.
yes, realistic expectations. If it's like out of the kid's realm, it's okay. We as her parents are there to support her and help her, but like you don't know what kid you're gonna get. So it's
Mm.
not like if she's not walking by 9 months, that's it. I'm disowning her. No, like but we don't we're dying to ourselves during her wake windows, and, that might change in the future, but for right now, her wake time is about enrichment for her, so then when she goes down and doesn't nap and
Yeah.
does nap,
Well,
like
she pretends to nap.
yeah, she can rest me I don't know, what if we're the reason that she's not napping because 'cause we're, like, helping her learn too much?
Uh,
That'd be a sick, like
Twist of fate.
yeah. That whole thing, like, maternity leave and paternity leave is not a vacation. It is you're barely getting your footing, and I'm not back at work yet, and just even the past 3 weeks that I had Magnolia turns 6 months next week. All I think, like, when I'm sitting up all night is how do women do this who are already back at work? Like, you wake up and your eyes, like, you're literally looking at life around you in a shade of gray. You're barely existing because you're not sleeping, and you can't even nap when the baby naps because the baby is not napping.
Yeah, you're gonna fall asleep in a deep sleep, she's gonna wake up in 5 minutes.
I don't know. I feel like moms, like, you just that's off the table.
Yeah.
You don't sleep deep anymore, but
But what about our business?
that was another thing to consider because even in the beginning of the year, I think I thought, okay, by the summer, we're definitely going to be back into coast to cabin. And even when at the beginning of the year, when we forecasted our business goals for the year and stuff like that, we really thought we were going to be doing more projects.
Yeah.
And right now, I feel more strongly than ever to like be like, no, like, just as strongly as I felt when I first found out I was pregnant because I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the mental capacity, and you are always up for a challenge, but I think this is a situation where, like, as the business partner in the, business, but also, like, as your wife and, like, marital partner, someone steps in and is the voice of reason, and it's just because you can doesn't mean you should. Because you would bend over backwards and make it happen for other people, but the other side of that is, what does that make your day-to-day life look like, and what does
It
that make our home life look like? You
it
know? It makes daddy absent, like, daddy's not home because he's essentially working, like, triple shifts because you wake up, you go to a client's house, you work, then you go to your work, then you're held over, then you come home, sleep 5 hours, and then you go do it again, and doing that for 2.5 month stretches while working on it's just not worth it. It's not worth it, and then you're gonna miss Magnolia growing up, and you already felt so many
yeah, and once she gets, like, 2, 3. She already figured out how to pick up the hammer and the wrench, so
Mhm.
once she can come with me and I'll just carry her on my back, then we can
Again,
get back to
like,
work.
you think that's gonna be easy. But anyway, so during this time of not doing things for clients, like, I know something very real for us is, like, you've always loved well, one, you can do anything. Like, you can do anything. You can do anything. Like, you've done everything in our house. I was about to say, like, you can do electrical, but, like, he doesn't do electrical for clients. We have an electrician. Like, Matt can literally do anything. He's always had this love and desire for outdoor living, and I've been loving you getting to lean into that during this season when we're not doing stuff for clients because you're literally making your outdoor dreams and our wildest outdoor dreams come true. And I know, like, I still have such a passion for the design and just helping people love where they live and making your space work for you. But I also know that going to someone's house and swapping out their baseboards for thicker ones, like, no one can pay me enough right now or you for us to spend what little free time we have to do that.
Mm.
And that comes part of it. So the like right before we had Magnolia, we were thinking about like, okay, we can't be the ones always physically doing this work because it's just not worth our time because we have like other hopes and dreams. So it was a conversation of do we hire our own employees? Do we work with other contractors? Do we subcontract out? Do we 1099? And that's a whole learning curve in itself. And I just we didn't have the bandwidth. If that's what we wanted so badly, if my dream was always to build Costa Cabin to a place where we had like our own business, like Sweeter, like our own well-oiled running machine, then you'd figure it out and you'd go for it. But I think because that's not what I ever wanted, my desire with Costa Cabin was always husband and wife. We work together and we make something beautiful. And Costa Cabin started with, sorry that I'm talking this whole time. Costa Cabin started with like coastal homes and mountain homes, like a cabin home,
'Cause
because
those are our 2 dreams.
yes, we love family memories that we make by the water, and then we love family memories that we make up in the mountains. So that was Costa Cabin. It was born in like 2016. I heard very loudly a reminder of that was the original goal of us doing a coastal home and a cabin home and creating experiences in that home, like a very themed coastal home, a very themed mountain home, and sharing that with whether it's an Airbnb or a rental or like we use it where family joins together for vacations, holidays, etc.
Mhm.
I'm okay with putting Costa Cabin on a bookshelf and holding space for it for when it's that season of life because I know it's on our hearts for a reason. I don't see the way right now, but that's not necessarily for you to like know. Like if God puts it on your heart big enough, like you just have to trust and your faith will get you there. Yes, actions as well, but I don't think right now.
Well, we kinda talked about, like, we've done all these projects and other things where we've learned all the different tasks and steps, the things that we need to go through to completely change a space, and now it's like, well, how many more times do we need to do that to get, like, quote, unquote, "good" or better at it?
Mhm.
When we're already doing a really good job, we don't necessarily need practice doing those small things, like you said, changing out baseboards and, like, doing
Even
little stuff.
drywalling
Yeah.
and, like, joint compound, you hate that stuff because it's
Yeah.
so time consuming and it's such a waste of your time because you'd have to go to clients' homes, like, apply a layer, then you have to wait X amount of hours for it to set and cure, then you sand it, then you have to do a second layer, wait, cure, sand, then you have to prime it, like, that's just where it started getting just because we can doesn't mean we should.
Yeah.
Yes, you know how to tile. Yes, you know how to do all these things. It's just the answer was almost being shown to us, and there's so much gratitude in the opportunity to have done the projects that we've done because it's, like, reinforced confidence in ourselves of, like, "We can do this,
Mm.
and we can do, like, a beautiful job," but at the same time, because your primary job isn't being a contractor full time, at this season of life, I guess it's fair to say, it's just not the best use of our time.
Yeah.
So
It probably never will be to do all of the stuff ourselves. I just have a problem, like, letting go and letting somebody else do stuff. Probably a little perfectionism, but
definitely, and, like, if you want
I
something
don't want
done
my
right.
name. Yeah, I don't want my name connected to something that somebody else does crappy.
Matt doesn't take any shortcuts, like and by doesn't take any shortcuts, I mean, like, Like, I won't tape the ceiling or, like, use like, I will cut in with a paintbrush, and he's like,
If you cut in with a paintbrush, that's fine, but, like, don't make any mistakes.
yeah, and if I do mistakes, I'm like, it's close enough, like, you can't really see it on the ceiling, like, you're like
I have to go back and paint
if
over
it's a
that.
bold
Fix
color, yes, obviously, I would fix it, but
Yeah, you're not, like, sloppy, you're just
yeah, like, I have a very good eye, but you are definitely, like, way more of a rule follower with stuff like that, where I like to, like I have, like, certain design rules that I follow, but then I like room to play.
just in general in life, you're not good at following directions.
That's true.
Somebody tells you to do something, you now have to do it a different way just because they told you to do it that
Mhm.
way.
It is a blessing and it is a curse.
Yeah, same with any recipes, same with just about anything.
Mhm. Just did it yesterday with
You're a
Noli.
rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's just kind of how I feel about Costa Cabin. I feel like for right now, we're not, like, on the market, and it's kind of, like, just based on discretion, I guess. Like, I know you have
If there's something that comes along that's, like, speaks to me or I really wanna do or work on or it's a whatever, a skill that I'd like to hone in on or refine better, then maybe we will, I don't know.
yeah, it's not like a totalitarianist no.
Because I have a little rebel too, so if you tell me I just
I
can't do
know.
it, I'm gonna go out and do it just because you told me I can't.
Matt gets these, like, waves of, like, "Oh, and then we're gonna do Costa Cabin." I'm like, "With what time, sweetheart?" Like, "Okay, do I have to be the bad guy and be
Yes,
like"
you always have to be the bad guy because 'cause I'm the good guy.
yeah, it's fine. I'll be the bad guy because that's fine. I will protect our family's time, like, no problem, because that's another thing too. That is a muscle that you have to learn how to develop because if you don't protect your time, everyone will take it, and if you don't pour back into yourself, like, that is a recipe for getting very, very depleted, and then everything else suffers, like your relationship, your family, etcetera. So I always choose us first.
There's us too, but
And you do a good job of doing it, but for me, I think it's when you're, like, towards the end of a project and you're almost done, and it's those long days of, like, you have to wait on a lot of the project, and
mhm.
that's drawing it out even more. That's where I get upset because I'm like, not, like, upset at you. I get upset at the situation because it's, like, time being robbed from our family that we could be spending together, just even, like, going to the beach with Magnolia, like, doing something just for the memories of our family and experiences of our family, and we can't because we're doing, like, another reno that we gave someone a really good quote on, and we're, like, losing, 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 losing,
Mhm.
and that's another whole thing.
Yeah.
Again, it would be a completely different animal if we were doing it 100% full time, and that was our business, and with
And we needed to do it to survive.
yeah, and scaling, but what I mean, that's a whole conversation for another day, but I have felt like while we were pregnant, really honing in on what it costs to run a business, an LLC, have insurance, contractor insurance, all these things, unless you're going big, there's kind of like go home.
Mm, yes and no,
Yeah, well, you're
because 'cause we're still gonna keep all those things.
yes, but you're basically breaking even. Like, unless you have these desires to scale your business big and you see like this vision for a 5-year plan, otherwise it's like, why are you killing yourself for our business and then killing yourself at work? So, in summary, how would you describe where Costa Cabin is?
Basically, we're looking to take on new clients daily. Any type of projects, we'll do it cheap. We'll get it done
That's
fast,
to not
on budget, on time. Just kidding.
oh,
We're not for hire at this moment
yes, while we're focusing on our family,
because 'cause we're doing us. Unless you need help, then I'm there for you.
you're literally kinda like we're trying to win both. You're like,
I'm your friend, I'm their friend, I'm everybody's friend. You're the bad
I'm
guy.
just gonna hold the pictures of Noli, like looking super,
Just
super
make me
freaking
feel bad.
fat.
You gonna make
Yeah.
her, like, draw me little cards and stuff like that.
Daddy, I
"Daddy,
miss
please
you. I
stay
haven't
home."
seen you in days. The last segment of the podcast is the one of the week. That's how I want to end every episode. So, what was your win of this week?
I got to sit here next to this beautiful lady on a date while my mom takes care of the baby.
Yes, thank you so much. But you don't want to say any of your other wins of anything you did outside? Oh, this stuff looks so freaking
I
cool.
made a nice concrete slab yesterday next to our little
You
pool.
did two concrete slabs.
Yeah, but one's for stairs, that's, like, nothing. I installed that pool, which was really cool. I finished our retaining wall that your brother helped me with a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I
And
planted grass seed.
yes, you also started some
And I started digging a hole for a fire pit.
a huge fire pit that's cut into the ground and it's
Terraced. We'll
dude,
call it terraced.
Terrorist, yeah.
No, it's not a terrorist fire pit. We're not burning terrorists there. Although if you know any, we could.
Funny, honey. But it's like, I just love what you've been doing with the backyard. And we,
I love doing it.
how did you start off your vacation though? It was pouring, raining. What
Every
did you
day.
go do?
I don't remember.
Remember I was so mad at you because it was super dangerous what you did.
I know. I still don't know what I did.
Power tools, pouring
Oh,
rain.
I cut the stairs off of our deck that's like 20 feet in the air.
So we closed off the stairs on our deck. And honestly, like the goal is when we redo our deck, we were going to add stairs to the other side because it really impedes on our like outdoor living area. And we kind of like love the vibe of like just those freestanding decks that don't have any stairs.
Yeah.
But what did you learn when you were like,
Oh, they
what
were
were
like
you using? A saw?
a chainsaw and a sawzall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm watching from the second floor, like, because Noli woke up because you're using all these tools. This is the
Right
beginning
outside
of
her window.
Noli not napping. Yeah, I'm standing holding her and we're watching
You're shooting
Daddy.
laser beams out of
And
your eyes at me.
pouring rain
I had my rain gear on.
and you're sawing it and you did 2 like slits.
There's 3 stringers and I cut them all in half right in the middle so that the stairs would just fall down.
Mm-hmm.
What I didn't realize is there was only like a total of 6 nails holding all the stairs onto our deck. So
So that literally means
gravity overtook it a little.
if we ever had a very large guest at our house taking those stairs,
You were walking on thin ice.
oh my gosh, so scary. The code back then was not a thing.
Yeah, it's okay. They made it this far.
Yeah. So, anyways, I've been loving that, and I think you've been really doing a great job out there.
Appreciate it.
And you're making
Well,
our
before
yard
I
look
go-
so nice, and mowing the grass, and what is that thing called? That like trims the grass near the
The
rocks.
weed whacker?
I guess you're like, or the edger.
Weed whacker.
Just everything looks so beautiful. You're giving us like the yard of our dreams. My win of the week.
Must be a big one. You have to look at your notes.
Oh, I had to remember what I wrote because my brain doesn't work anymore because I'm a mom. My win of the week was Noli learning to sleep on her stomach because that was
Big
kind of
time.
cool because we're both stomach sleepers and it says, well, we sleep like every way.
I just tried. I'm trying to do anything to sleep. And you're laying on top of me. You're laying on the side of me.
I make no
You
apologies.
got blankets all over me. I'm sweating.
They say babies take on the sleeping positions of their parents, and it's not even like genetics, it's even adopted kids will take on the sleeping positions of their parents. So that is like super cool. But Noli will just like sleep like this, and it's so freaking cute.
Every once in a while, her arm is just out.
She's still in her flying squirrel suit because her Maro reflex, which is her hands and her feet startling, is out of control. It's
She has 3 o'clock in the morning. She'll just start doing karate.
and rubbing her eyes and crying and then throwing her binky out of her mouth. And like she doesn't even need her binky all the time. It's just like she gets in this trance where she like, and then she falls asleep and then she shoots it out. But that, and then my other win of the week is going to be getting dressed for my podcast.
What you did today.
Yes, because our last podcast that we just super quickly recorded, my microphone was here. My hair got stuck on it like this. So I was like,
And I didn't notice, and now I'm the he devil.
yeah, we need like a bigger thing in here because I'm like trying to look at what I look like on this little screen.
Need a serious monitor.
I know we need a professional setup. But, background is looking beautiful today. Nat did it all. We need to buy much more artificial plants. This is real. These two are not. You can't see where I'm pointing.
Yeah.
But we also have these like huge what are they called? Light boxes?
Light boxes.
Is it called a shadow box?
Soft box.
That we're going to sell because Matt doesn't like how
Much space they take up.
yeah, it's more for like a studio, I guess. And it's just,
Is what this technically is, but
yeah.
we also use it as a home office, so it'd be nice to have a little more space back. And we can't run the robot vacuum because they're on tripods.
Yes.
And that's why our house isn't clean.
Well, upstairs is not as clean, but you also do an awesome job of running the downstairs vacuum. That's another thing. I was like talking to someone about this when we got our dog about like robot vacuums, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, we have one for our first floor and we have it for our second floor." You did your research and we like watched one and we waited for Black Friday and ordered it, the RoboVac.
Robo-Rock.
They're expensive, but you got ones that like do an insane job and they mop. I remember when we first got our dog, I couldn't keep up with vacuuming. I was like, I can't vacuum, like get the whole big vacuum out and
He
vacuum.
didn't even shed for the first year.
I don't know. I was like, I can't do this multiple times a week because I would vacuum on like a Sunday. And by Wednesday, it looked like I hadn't vacuumed in a month. It was disgusting.
Well, he also brings sticks and rocks and mud in the house every time he stepped outside.
So I remember asking you for help.
Yeah.
And
I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll help."
no, and he, like, started helping, and then Matt is so, like, he'll quickly calculate, like, "This is not a good use of my time," so he's like, "We're getting a vacuum that's doing it for us," and he's really good at turning it on, like, at night when we're out on hikes and stuff like that, and it's super, super helpful, and we still use the vacuum for, like, a deep vacuuming to, like, pull dust out of the
Mm.
rug sometimes, but it is, like, completely game changing.
Yeah. It's the only way we get away with having light-colored floors downstairs.
Yeah, so thank you for that. You always take such good care of us.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in to another episode of
Catch you next month or 2.
No, I like, I
Catch you
really
next week. Catch you in 5 days.
yes, or maybe, I don't know, I'm
Catch you
gonna
today later today in a different outfit.
yes, probably after I binge watch oh, this is something I didn't say, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Not watching that.
Okay, last podcast, that was, like, 2 weeks away.
Mhm.
Okay, that came out on May 15th. I haven't even watched it yet. But I will
So
say
proud of you.
I went on a wa you're proud of me. No, I wanna watch it. I wanna watch that track TV. I went on a walk with one of my mom friends. We went on, like, an almost 3-hour walk or 2-hour walk or something like that. We walked, like, 18K steps. And she was said, "Yes, all kids are different, but at 9 months, there is this change with your baby where you're just in, like, a better groove." And she was like, "I was able to watch the season" like, her son is 1, a little older, and she's like, "I'm paying attention to him, and he's playing he doesn't care about the TV," but she was able to watch the show, and I literally recently thought to myself, like, "When the heck am I gonna be able to freaking watch, like, a show? Like, binge watch a show that I wanna watch?" Because that is a thing of my old life. Like Selling Sunset or Selling the OC comes out and you're like, "Yes, it's Friday," and you binge watch the whole thing. That doesn't exist anymore because at 10 p.m., I'm like, "I better go to bed before Magnolia bullies me all freaking
Just
night."
because we don't know what tonight will look like, yeah.
Yeah, so, anyways, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully by the next podcast, I can say I at least, like, watched an episode because I know it's gonna be good.
And maybe there'll be a different guest on.
Yes, I have 2 guests that I can't wait to share. We're gonna do a motherhood podcast and then an entrepreneurship podcast.
Sounds good.
Alright, bye, everybody.
Adios.
Love you all, bye.